Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So I've been doing a little more work on this decode, and Phoenix pointed a couple things out to me last night. Um, he pointed out that the phrase that the customer is a crazy nut is in this decode, and that's what's going on right now. Okay, so now we have to talk about it because it's right in our decode, right? So I started thinking about some of this missing information that might exist, and I started to wonder if we were dealing with the missing information being in the gematria values. And I think we are. I really do. Chinese Democracy, name of the album. Well, that's what we're headed towards, guys. Like it or not. Unless people stand up, like the Virginia gun rally, we will not comply. Unless people will not comply, masses of people will not comply to this tyranny. And we have an obligation. So we're told. So we were told that the founding fathers of this country said that we have an obligation to make sure that this never happens. What's happening right now, never happens. With this decoded, never happens. So, I started to look at the gematria of this to see if we could find any missing information. And what I mean by that is what other words that would fit. We have on 45, we have I have is 45 and to do is 54, a reflection of 45. We have a lot of words in the decode. I'll provide the previous two links. But I started to wonder, what other words would sum to these numbers? Well, how about 33? The is 33, of is 33, customer is 33. And I went and found that the word major, M-A-G or M-A-J-O-R, is also 33, major. And I also found out that the word overthrow sums to both 54, a reflection of 45, and 45. So I have is 45, to do is 54, a reflection of 45, and overthrow is a value of 54 and 45 in two of the four ciphers. So I have to do. I have to do a major overthrow. The gematria works, and that's what's going on. Chinese democracy. That's what you got. And I believe that is the code. I think Phoenix was right. I think this decode has everything to do with what's going on right now. China, 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 where did this originate? Where? I wasn't going to talk about it. But once it got pointed out that that's what this decode is, that changes everything. Natural killer cells, right? What could that possibly mean? Aside from cells in the body. Natural killer cells. Killer cells. What are they throwing up everywhere, right? Those towers, right? Killer cells. This is what's going on. Now, some people are going to disagree. Some people are going to say, oh no, we should comply. But no, that's not what they told us. That's not what I got taught in school. In the indoctrination system, in the past, they told us that this behavior that's going on right now from these leaders is completely and utterly unacceptable. Completely and utterly. And we were told that we had the obligation to never comply to such tyranny. That's what they taught me in school. That's what they probably taught some of you in school, because America was such a great free country, right? When's the last time anybody heard him say the word freedom on the mainstream news? Has anybody heard it? That's all they talked about during 9/11. Freedom, freedom, beacon of freedom. Got to protect that freedom. Where is it now? Chinese democracy. No, we haven't been a democracy anyway. It's all a facade. And now they're gonna eliminate the elections, so the dog and pony show ain't even gonna happen. But that's what this decode has been about, and I missed it. I missed it. I was looking at the decode, not the current world events. I didn't realize that the decode was telling us. And who knows when this happened? This could have happened months ago. This could have happened. Well, it didn't happen a year ago because I listened to the song more recently than that. But this could have happened months ago. This could have happened right before it started, like a warning, like a code, like a message. I think that's what it really is at this point. So thank you, Phoenix, for pointing that out. Thank you. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that anybody should go out and purposely catch a cold. That's insane. I don't want a cold. You don't want a cold, I'm sure. Nobody wants the flu. Who would? But do we stop our lives? Do we give up our freedoms so we don't get a cold? Is that what we do? No. No. I say nay. I won't comply. Social distancing. That's what they do in China, North Korea. This is supposed to be America, the freest country in the world, a beacon of freedom, they say. But no. No, it is not. And they had people go to the Virginia gun rally when Virginia was going to take people's rights for guns or restrict people's rights to buy guns, and they showed up in force with their guns. Because that can't happen. And I respected the hell out of that. But where are those people now? MIA? Absent? Scared to get sick? Scared to get the flu? Scared to get a cold? Whatever. At any rate, what I'm saying is, and I don't know if this is exactly what Phoenix meant, but he pointed out that a lot of what's going on is in this decode, and I see now, looking it back over, that yes, this decode is about this. Chinese democracy, that's what we're headed towards. I don't know what else to say about it. We're going to move on. We're going to keep trying to decode this. But I have to do a major overthrow. The gematria is there. It makes sense. It's even on the same page of what I happen to randomly put. 33 and 45. Now, why would that be? It's all it took. The code was right there. It's all in the numbers. You just have to know what you're looking for. But we're going to carry on. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep decoding this. We're going to move on to Stofers, and if they restrict everything, then we'll be the oasis of figuring out the Mandela effect, because that's about all we can do. I'm still going to go out and do my shopping if I need to. I'm not going to social distance unless somebody's trying to social distance from me, because that's absolutely insane. It's insane. But it's what this decode is about, unfortunately. This is what this was. I'm sure of it. It's all over the decode like a hive mind, as Phoenix put it. A hive network? Well, they want everybody to have a hive mind. They want everyone to act the same, do the same things, think the same things. like bees in a hive. That's what they want. But that's not freedom. That's not freedom at all. And that means that everything that they taught us in school is either a lie completely, and if it wasn't, then we are obligated not to comply. We are obligated to stand up for our freedoms. Period. But anyway, I've rambled long enough about this. I wanted to show that the gematria is there, and I think that is where some of the missing information definitely is in this gematrial code. If you can find the other words that fit, I wasn't meant to find them. I wasn't meant to find that. I wasn't meant to know that overthrow had the gematria of 54 and 45, and I wasn't meant to know that major had the gematria of 33. None of us were. Thank you, Zach Hubbard. Thank you for everything you do if you see this video by chance. And I know you're busy and probably won't, but thank you. Thank you for going to Seattle and trying to wake people up. I had conversations with people today at Walmart, and I'm not the only one. I can tell you that I'm not the only one who knows this is utter and complete bullshit. But what do I know? I just know what's in this decode, and it's telling us. But we weren't supposed to figure it out, but we did. So thank you to everybody that helped us figure it out. Thank you, Phoenix. We're really glad to have you on board. I apologize for this rant, but it really is. This decode, it's all over it. So what can I do? I have to address it. Or I'm no better than anybody else who would put out part of the information. And once we figured this out, we had to address it. Because we're not putting out part of the information. We're putting out all the information. And it's there for anybody that wants to see it, for now, until they shut me up. But this is a blueprint, make no mistake about it. If we disappear, somebody can pick up this blueprint and they can figure out Mandela effects. They can figure out why. That's important. That's important because some people get really upset about the Mandela effect. They don't understand it. Well, we're putting understanding to it with facts. Not only with facts, with data, with real data, and real evidence, and real proof in this case. So I feel a little bit better about some of these effects that I figured out, and now I know why they changed. And I hope that some of you do too. It does, Phoenix, yeah, you're right. It does prove we're not crazy. It proves that it's being done deliberately, or at the very least, the method of which it's being done is deliberate, even if the code isn't deliberate by the people operating it. It's definitely being done by the computer deliberately. So either way, it's being done deliberately. And it is a code, and it will tell you why. And it'll tell you a whole lot more than that, as we're finding out right now. Of course, without the events going down, you never know what you got. Like, I could say, oh, this is predicting an event, but not know what it was. No. We caught this at a time that right after this started, and I missed it. I just straight up missed it, maybe on purpose. But I'm glad it got caught, because that's good that we caught it. So, that's all I'm going to rant about this. And we're going to move on. And we're going to keep right on decoding this one right through. Move on to Stouffer's, move on to Danny's Maps, even though he seems to have that covered pretty much. And we will move on to I Love Rock and Roll, and I forget what those extractions would be right offhand. STC, maybe? So, we'll move on to we will figure all that out one way or another. It'll either go through, or it won't. And maybe at some point I'll do Manwich, even though MNNM, I'm not so sure that's not going to be something else and prove to be a different pattern. But we'll see. We'll see about it. We'll find out all about it after we do everybody else's, because this one's mine. This one's the one I wanted to do. This one was bothering me. Stouffer's is bothering Colorado Skywatch, and I Love Rock and Roll is bothering Phoenix. So, and the maps are probably bothering Danny. So we're going to look at all that and then get back to my Manwich. So, and again, I almost am thinking that I predict that that's going to fall into a different pattern. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I didn't think Soft and Dry was going to go through, and it totally did. So I guess that'll be something we'll find out. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.